So I wanted to go from that into playbooks
Okay.
because I stumbled across this Banner Society article, which is really good, about what everybody thinks a playbook is and what a playbook actually is, right? And everybody who ever played NCAA in their lives or Madden feels immediately trolled because they're like, hey, everybody thinks a playbook looks like this. And it shows you, cover two man under.
Yeah, say what do you imagine that people think of the playbook that any particular school or team has? What do you think that they have in their hands? Just kind of like a a notebook, college ruled, some plays drawn on it.
I have no idea what lay people might think.
Okay.
Right? Like people who aren't steeped in football. But I think people that like football fans, they like to think there's like 6 plays a page, contained in each box.
Okay.
Just ding, ding, ding,
Right.
ding, ding.
Pro set.
Yeah.
Trips wide.
Right. 100%.
Okay.
Right? This is everything we're running out of ace. And it's basically the same play from another play, just in a different formation.
Right.
So, halfback blast is halfback blast. Just, hey, now this halfback blast out of ace. Running through the same hole, right? That's what it is. It's like, what is second? What's blast? What's ISO? Because anybody else would be like, yo, we're going to run 37 counter. Okay? Sorry, what? I heard counter. Which way we run it? Yeah, the holes.
37 counter.
Which way you running?
Anyway, so go ahead about these playbooks.
I think that's what they think. I think they look like index cards that are just pasted in.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think that's what they think.
I think a lot of people imagine that if you play football or most sports, so the scout team playbook, which is just some plays that some dude threw up on some 3 rings.
Oh, okay, all right.
These are the plays.
What did your scout team play caller use to call the plays in high school?
Oh, we just had like just some laminated. If they were laminated, here, do this. You're this person. It's kind of like a zone. Go.
Yo. All right. So at the time, right, I'm scout team tailback, and this is at Memorial, so I'm a senior, right? And Coach Reed is the offensive line coach. Coach Reed has a laminated play card, right, on a ring, like on a ring. So he would kind of flip the page, hold it up. Hey, just like you're here. This is kind of like counter. All right, execute.
Kind of like counter.
Kind of like counter.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait a second. How is anything kind of like counter?
No, give them a good look.
But my favorite, we had no concept of like what the veer concept was. And yet we needed to know what the veer concept was to give a good look. Yo, coach, so it's the option. Sorta. Yo, coach, it's power run. No.
RJ, this is not your time to shine. Just run the play.
Coach,
what's the philosophy behind this?
I vividly remember my man asking quite simply, yo, coach, am I going to flap step with my first step, right? Or am I going down block? What am I doing? Give a good look.
Child, you're not getting extra credit for this.
Like he was trying to know what to do with his first step.
What's my motivation?
Oh my God.
Where am I looking? What am I supposed to be doing with my
Right,
hands?
right. You're really going stage right or stage left. Like, this is what you're doing. That's where you're at. So that, right? I imagine that is what people think a playbook looks like. But I like your description of what a playbook actually is, which is an employee manual.
It is the most boring thing.
Until you walk into some of it, which is amusing to people who put together playbooks.
That, like, to me, the industry of putting together playbooks is wild. I think we might underrate how much a coaching staff actually does, because if you look at all these playbooks, they're talking about things that they want to do, philosophies of the play, dates that they want to install parts of the offense, teams that they're going to play, and then the teams that they are going to play with like mini scouting reports of them, detailed rosters, and then also like emergency numbers. Have you thought about this is how many calories are in this meal? Legalese, that is, please do not give this playbook to anybody else under threat of legal action. It is what? Oh, and then like so me, I'm a halftime graphic designer, and there's all of these graphics, all of this art and copy that's inside the book that somebody in, I don't know, the media department or an intern someplace or like the kid at the end of the bench is like, okay, also make it pretty.
Yo. All right, I'm supposed to make pretty your okay. To me, a playbook, like what I honestly think a playbook is The Devil Wears Prada.
Okay.
Okay? I believe a playbook is the book. Is the book that everybody is trying to give some insight into, and you're adding all these things to it, and you bring it to Miranda Priestley's door for her to go through it one last time before you go to publishing. But you want to make sure that your idea got into it, because you want to see yourself represented in this book that's going to go out to the masses.
Right.
But you also want to make sure you please her. And in pleasing her, you better make sure you hit all the things that she likes. And those things are the most important. And more than that, they're more important than the thing itself.
Right.
And that's a playbook in that, yo, coach, I need to know what our philosophy is. Sure. I need to know what our sets are. Absolutely. I need to know what plays we like to run the most. Quite certainly. I don't need to know that the defense wants to hunt, stalk, be a nightmare, control the offense.
Right.
I genuinely understand those things, right?
Also, none of that needed to be folded into a movie quote.
But, oh man. All right, so one of my favorite facts about Gus Malzahn's 2010 offensive playbook is we are going to be fast and furious, which is a Dom Toretto just note.
Or Bush administration. I'll let you have Fast and Furious.
We're not going to have any stupid penalties because, you know, kids set out to make stupid penalties. That's why they play football.
Yes, absolutely.
Like, the other part about this that I genuinely enjoy is the air of pretentiousness that goes into what you've written down. Because as a person who writes stuff down and has for money for a very long time.
You're a writer, right?
I got a blog.
Okay.
So what you do, right, is remove all the pretentious crap from what you're writing unless it's absolutely about being pretentious.
Right. Okay.
But football coaches write like teenage girls with a Zanga that they expect their boyfriends to stay up on.
Oh my goodness.
It is.
That's a wild shot. You're not wrong though.
But
look,
you would. All right, let me find this bit where your man's Les Miles, whose playbook was 480 friggin' pages, has a soliloquy on what the captain is supposed to do on his football team. Mm-hmm. This is 96. This is Oklahoma State Cowboys in 1996. He got a 480-page playbook.
Okay.
For what? For how?
There's so much of that play. He probably had a large playbook because if you think about the type of plays that Les Miles likes to run, he probably has 100 formations where he runs to the 2-hole. So yeah, that takes up a lot of pages.
And there's a fullback in every single formation.
But you guys also have to account for the times where there isn't a fullback. So you double up on that.
I've never seen so many Jacob Hester references in my life.
But there's so many like attack helicopter quotes that nothing can be. There's nothing you can't do with enough effort. Nothing in this life is easy. Nothing good comes from stuff like that.
Hey,
right?
Hey, coach, did they win Black Hawk Down? Walk in there with phrase just like that.
Who did?
Right. Phrase it just like that. Just like that. Did they win Black Hawk Down?
Yeah, somebody won.
All right, so I found this bit of the captain's responsibilities, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 paragraphs in the 1996 Oklahoma State playbook. Okay. Our captain is the highest representative honor a man can hold on the team. It brings with it responsibilities to his teammates, his coaches, and his university. It means he has been chosen to lead and represent a very select group in the most competitive of sports. We elect captains after our preseason practices are over and after the hardest work has been done. We do it at this time so that the men that are elected have had a chance to prove their leadership in adverse situations, to lead when times had been tough and grueling. Our captains have let their teammates.
Yeah.
Have led their teammates to another level and proven worthy of a captainship. Because first time I've actually seen captainship used in phrase. When you choose your captains, remember to ask, quote, is this the man I want to represent what I stand for, end quote, comma, quote, is this the man I want to lead me to another level athletically, end quote, question mark, period, and lowercase and. Is this the man I want to represent our team in public and with the media? Big bad media. If you are chosen to be our captain, your on-the-field performance must be exemplary. Your attitude about our team must be one that everyone admires. Your leadership must inspire others, and your character must symbolize our team's character. Your responsibilities include game day, decision-making, team representation with the media, because big bad media.
Of course.
Decision-making with the coaches. By that, we mean we make decisions and you perform those decisions for which we made. Policy-making, yeah, right. And enforcement procedures of what? Daily practice, leadership, pre-meal grace, and university-wide representation as our spokesman and leader. This is a great honor, and only the most honorable should be chosen, to which I have so many questions. Among them, has there ever been an atheist captain for Les Miles?
There has to have been.
Okay.
But I think that Les Miles, if you let him get his hooks into you, you'll absolutely throw a couple amens in there before you get into the spaghetti. Absolutely you would. You absolutely would believe in that that the song that played through his head as he wrote those words is the God's honest truth. Les Miles is on one.
Yeah, and this is 96.
I know.
It's 96. And you know what we can't take away from that man? The 2007 National Championship.
No, of course not.
Yeah. Never mind, Bo Pelini probably run that more than he did.
He was good. They were good.
The defense was
being
good.
A head coach is being a manager of a business trying to succeed. Les Miles was good at that.
Yo, man.
LSU got a national championship out of it.
Yo, man.
Les
Miles is also a buster. Les Miles would narc you out to the NFL scouts by posting it on his door, whom he says you probably should consider not drafting.
Sounds like business as usual.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, captain. Policy making. Yo, man, you have dudes out there that you're doing what? You're responsible for flipping a coin? Not even flipping a coin. Calling the toss.
I bet you that whoever was the captain had to recite that verbatim back to him.
Yo, man, that's a lot of words.
Surely is.
Oh, man.
Why else would you have a 500-page playbook if you didn't want people to memorize it? In 1996.
In 1996.
Give 18-year-old Ron 500 pages to read.
Yo, man.
Guess I'm not being part of this team.
I'm about to say, when am I supposed to go to class?
You didn't come here to play school.
Prentice Elliott. Les Miles played Prentice Elliott, correct?
He did.
Or I got that flipped. Prentice Elliott played for Les Miles, and then Les Miles left the job, and then Mike Gundy decided,
there you go.
All right, Prentice. Deuces.
I've had enough of this.
Man. And you know what?
That's actually who Bijan reminds me of when he's running the ball.
Bijan Ooh.
Yeah.
Greatest Oklahoma high school football player of all time?
Neither here nor there. It's just one of those things that I saw.
Bijan.
It's just a little bit too local of a reference. I'm glad that I absolutely made it out loud 10 hours into this podcast. But yeah, no, he reminds me of Prentice, which is good.
It's best.
Yeah,
quite honestly.
You know, hopefully he's not outside the club busting out shots talking about white tea gang. But
yo man, my head football coach at Memorial threatened to fight him in a gym. Like Memorial basketball, and I guess it's McLean, are playing at Memorial, and Prentice is acting buck wild with his posse, and Mike Adams said, "I will whoop your ass." What's up?
All right, so this is what I want to see, because I read the comments. This is one thing that I would love for people to just write down those blue chip dudes who could have been, but they were knuckleheads. So give me your best local dude who's like wild. Please, this is just for me.
Okay. Lala Zato.
They got him. They out there.
Everybody knows one.
Please fill my book.
Everybody knows one.
Tell me the story that derailed the train.
So on the other hand of the 480-page playbook is the dude that's like, what playbook? This is the playbook.
Yeah. No,
right
first
here,
off.
Right here. It's in my head.
I just need to run it once. It'll be fine.
So we have coaches that want to install so much of the playbook on day 1, day 2.
Yes.
It might take you all 15 of your spring practices to install the playbook. Right? Mike Leach and his disciples, for the most part, 1 day, 2 days, tops. We got like 30, 40 plays, but we run like 7. We just run them out of a million formations.
Right.
So, once you got the formations down, you know what the play is. Like,
To me, those are the offenses that you do have the flip cards, like pro set, trips wide, double tight, right? Single back. It's okay. We only run 5 plays.
They're all 4 verticals.
Yeah.
That's what they are. All of those plays are 4 verticals.
But you absolutely need to know where to line up and where we're going to shift. But it's the same play. Don't worry about it.
Man. And even so, like the only person that actually needs to know is quarterback. So that he can look at the wide receiver and be like, nah, man, on that side. Nah, man, you're off.
To me, that's the best part of it. Like, hey, man, I don't know what this is. It's cool. I got you. Here, look at my homework.
But for real. So one of my favorite things about the 49ers is Emmanuel Sanders has an opportunity to play on the Super Bowl team, right?
Yeah.
But when he was traded at the time, he's wide receiver, 1. And 2, he don't know the playbook. He just got here. So they run him out there because he's a great wide receiver. And Jimmy G called a play and said, Manuel, you're doing this on this play. If you see this, do that. And Manuel was like, cool, got it. Because, yes, that's what it is.
Right.
The only dude that actually needs to know the playbook, top to bottom, is the quarterback.
Yeah.
That's it. Everybody else literally can look to him and be like, I wrote down the answers here, right here. Just read them.
No,
I tell them to you.
You see it in games wherever a team is getting like some bad luck for a injury bug, right? So now you're down to the tailback that, or better yet, just a wide receiver because they don't want to break a red shirt on somebody, and the quarterback's like, so we're doing this. It's fine, and the offense moves along. It's not as great as it could have been, but it's like, as long as there's one person that knows. Which
reminds me, you had mentioned about the person that at your school that would have been that dude, except had some trouble with authority. There's a dude that came into the comments of this video that I made about Todd Monken. You can go find this one, and it says, because I was like, if Kirby Smart would get out of James Coley's Kool-Aid last year, maybe they would have opened up the playbook and done stuff with more than 2 wide receivers. Okay. Not only does James Coley get demoted, he gets demoted in such a way that he's like, what the hell with this? I'm going to go to Texas A&M. I'll be their tight ends coach. After being the offensive coordinator at Georgia. And was going to be, associate head coach, assistant head coach for Kirby Smart. But this is after he brought in Todd Monken, right? Todd Monken, who, yes, absolutely gets around. And my buddy Steve's like, I want to be his realtor. But Todd Monken, who apparently, dude in the comments goes, yeah, Todd Monken, played with him in high school. He's my quarterback. He's calling the plays then. And I'm like,
yep,
that dude right there. No. Coach, he called, no, I'm the coach. run this.
Look at me.
Willie beaming.
Look at me. I'm the captain now.
Willie beaming in the huddle, changing the plays in the huddle. The plays that you called that I love, because Julian's a snitch. But point there being, some dudes just gonna be like, no. You square in, you run the post, you run the go. One of y'all's gonna be open.
Mm-hmm. Football's played on the field.
But also gets me back to the dude with no playbook. Mm-hmm. I've seen Mike Leach's playbook at Oklahoma. I know he has one, but he don't have one. My man.
No, they forced it. Here's the thing. They said, Mike, you can't just come to the office and play Minesweeper all day. You must give us a playbook. And he's like, can I have an intern? Sure, whatever. I would love to see the portion that he actually wrote. It's probably just Pac-Man printouts.
I have it on that computer over there, and I will show it to you. But something akin to eating dots. Right.
Yeah.
A lot of that. So one of my favorite stories about Mike Leach is it's in this great athletic piece that is. It's an oral history, okay. Right? It's an oral history by each of these quarterbacks played for him at Washington State and elsewhere, but mostly Washington State. And he had one quarterback, I believe it was Connor Halliday, for which he just sent in a formation to Connor Halliday.
Yes.
Right. And Connor kept doing one of these, like, come on, what's the rest of the play? You send it again. And he sent in the formation, and then Connor calls timeout. And Mike, yo, what the hell you doing? Calling timeout. Coach, you sent me a formation. Yes, now call a play. But you supposed to call the play. You're the quarterback. You see it. I'm not playing. Go call the play. To your joke, I can't run it for you. Like, call the play. It was like, and the idea that any coordinator, let alone a head coach, would put the power of play calling in the quarterback's hands. Like, what am I, Johnny Unitas? What is this, 1967?
Right? Football is played on the field. But if you have somebody, that's got to be such. We're talking about Mike Leach. This got to be such he's just messing with your head, because this whole season he's been calling plays. Then he's like, "Hey, watch this."
No, that was Mike Price.
But I'm saying it's like,
yeah, he could be messing with you.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, Matt Hayes got to follow around Mike Price while he was at Washington State, and by following around I mean like up and down the sideline with a notebook.
Right.
And like Mike Price would look around at him and be like, "Have I called this yet? Do you know? What do you do? What are you writing down then? Have I called this? Hey, Matt, what should we run here? You've seen enough. What do you think?" I want to be that dude. I want to have that kind of freedom as a head coach to be like, just let this dude do it. He watches a lot of football. I got to play in the catch. I got some dollar bills to throw.
Like, football's not that hard. Anybody can do it. I've set people up for success. Whatever you run, it's probably gonna be pretty good. I don't have anybody on my staff that's a big old dummy. So I that double reverse flea flicker kind of bit him.
Oh. And you know what I find is when that happens, right?
Uh-huh.
Nobody's got their play dialed up. They always just go, yeah, let's 22 dive? No? Okay. Well, it's safe. It'll work. Nah, me? Mm-hmm. I already got mine drawn up.
Oh, what's that? What's your? This is the free play that you got. It's 2nd and 4.
Ooh.
We're at the 50.
So wide open. So the whole book is open to me.
Yes.
Yes.
Do what you want.
Empty.
Okay.
Empty. Give me the wider splits. All right. I want the ones where we got to hold hands to make sure that we're wide enough, and then we drop the hands because we straight up pass blocking. We in 2-point stands. We're not gonna try to pretend. Mm. All right. And we're running straight goes. That's it. That's all we're doing. I got 3 goes to one side. I got 2 goes to the other side. Mm-hmm. And I'm back here doing Johnny Manziel with the football because that's what I would do in the NCAA.
Right.
So the play call is actually called quarterback. That's all it's called. Called quarterback. Because my quarterback is going to beat you. This is my Cam Newton play.
I see. Okay.
This is me going, somebody's open, and I could probably throw it to him. But I like just watching y'all run off and then me doing the thing where I run downfield, ducking and dodging people. Mm-hmm. That's my play call. just quarterback.
I like it.
No, it's
No,
just
that's good. No, that's a good one.
But I mean, like for real, like what? Why would I do some gadgetry stuff? My favorite player and the best player to ever play college football is Cam Newton. I want to put the ball in the hands of the best player who ever played the game. He could throw it.
I was about to say, but you also
He could throw it.
that Cam Newton, I think, is kind of antithetical to what you just said.
I don't think so.
I don't think that say I'm not a big, as you said, I'm not a big fan of gadget plays, but he was being puppeted by the king of gadget plays.
Okay. All right.
The best quarterback of all time.
Fine.
I'll give you that. Absolutely.
Fine. Let's just run student body right then, Ron. Okay. Let's just pull. Let's pull both guards. Let's pull the center.
Ooh, I like it.
Let's pull everybody.
Can we out of the Maryland Eye? Can we do that? Full house backfield? Yes.
What are we doing with the two fullbacks here? What are we doing?
Well, first off, they're both faking handoffs.
So the near formation bugs me.
Okay.
It bugs me.
Why?
Like, what am I gonna do with these dudes parallel to each other?
Anything that you want. World's your oyster.
It just bugs me. It bugs me like it bugs old people, like the pistol bugs old people. Oh. They can't stand it.
When did you hear?
What is this half shotgun stuff you're running?
Oh, it's so good. It's the football umami, the pistol formation. I love it. Yo, can we take a break?